Welcome to my channel. This is Albert Pinto, your host with you. Let me inform you that today's video is not sponsored tutorial. I'm making this tutorial because I came across to this plugin and I thought I should give my findings. Hey, I'm not telling you guys to install it without knowing anything about it. First, watch this video until the end to see the results with your own eyes. See the differences because I have tried my best to show and compare every results before the installation of Hummingbird plugin and after the installation, all for you. Here I am going to compare the tests carried out in GTmetrix and Google page speed insights before and after. Thanks for watching. Learn with Albert Pinto technical tips via tutorial. So first I'm going to show you the differences and results of Hummingbird of my other site, where first I have tested it before making this video. Then I will install this plugin again in my other site and then I will compare the results again with you. Then you decide whether the plugin is worth installing or not. Firstly, I suggest you to do a backup of your site. And while installing this plugin in your site, if anything goes wrong with your coding, if the site is showing some errors, I will also tell you how to get rid of the problem, so keep watching until the end. So let's get going, man. Hey, wait a minute. Before that, as I always say, hey boss, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video to motivate me and to boost my channel further. Well, let me inform you, I have created a separate channel for tutorials only. The link I'm providing below. Please do subscribe to my new channel because as soon as as soon as I get the monetization, then I will stop posting new technical videos in this channel. So please get into that channel and subscribe my new channel. I will appreciate. Thank you. So let's start. Come on. Well, here you can see the results which I have tested in page speed insights. This is before and after. Before I had, that's on the mobile, right? So on the mobile I had speed before 66 and after it was 61. So that is 1 point. And if we compare the speed on the desktop, before I had 86 and after I got 92. Slight improvement there. Now we check the lab data before and after. You can see yourself the changes that have occurred. Anyway, let's have a glance. Let us check the total blocking time. Let me zoom that little bit. It was 130, that is before, and after total blocking time has increased to 360. Now we will check the opportunity. Well, the reduced initial server response time, it was 2.5, that is before. And here you can see after it has decreased a bit. So let's go to GTmetrix now. We will compare the results of GTmetrix. Before it was A+ for me and after also it is A+ for me. The difference, the performance before it was 93 and now it is little better, and then You can see it's 89, 94, the LCP 1.4, there is no change, and then 139, and it has TBT, I mean there is little difference, and rest you can see, well, a small difference here and there also. And then let us check the top issues before and after. You can see the difference in dome size, there is no difference, there are no changes, I mean. As far as the speed is concerned, page details, I mean, you can see the page details. Before it was loading at 5.4 seconds, and after also it is the same. Well, I'm into the dashboard of WordPress site. You can see that the Hummingbird issues that I have, you can see the red, you can see the performance test, that is 98 out of 100. Then the reduce initial server response time, well, that needs to be improved on. And then avoid an excessive dome size, this also I need to improve on. Well, you can see the other issues, they are all showing green. Well, here you can see the Hummingbird performance test, caching, gzip compression, asset optimization, and so on. So I will show you or we will see after I install the Hummingbird in my new site. I will show you the Hummingbird plugin. We will just click on the add new. And in the search plugins, we will write Hummingbird. I like the name Hummingbird, sounds nice. Well, you can see this is the plugin. It optimizes speed, enable cache, minify CSS, and defer critical JS, and so on. Well, you need to install that, but before that we will compare the result of my site, which I am going to install the Hummingbird plugin. So let's begin. So the scanning is finished. I have a B grade, and that is the performances, and I have to eliminate render blocking resources, and the speed of my site is 2.7 seconds. That was in the GT matrix, and now let's check in the page speed inside. What is the result? Well, the speed in page speed insight on mobile it is 51, and on desktop it is 91. And you can see the issues that I have below. Well, have a look at my site, Stories of Love and Hate. That's my site. Well, let's get back into the WordPress dashboard and install the Hummingbird plugin. Let's activate that. Well, we have installed the Hummingbird, and here you can see the tools provided by Hummingbird, like the performance test, caching, gzip compression, asset optimization, and so on. So first we will go into the dashboard of Hummingbird, and here they are asking you to run the performance test. So let's click on that. Give a time for it to run the speed test. Well, it takes a little time. don't worry. And here you can see the performance test. Again, I have got 98 out of 100. Let us scroll down and you can see the eliminate render blocking resources and remove unused CSS. Well, here they are telling you what is to be done, and if you scroll down you can see the URL which are blocking the rendering. Well, let us jump over to the Hummingbird Asset Optimization tab and run a fresh file check. So click on Asset Optimization, and Hummingbird Asset Optimization engine can combine and minify the files of your website. So click on Activate. Give a moment for it to optimize. So finalization, I have 79 assets found with issues. Well, this is an advanced feature and can break themes easily. We recommend modifying each file individually and checking your front end regularly for issues. Well, let's click on Got It, and here you can see the compression savings. Now we are into the page caching, and page caching stores static HTML copies of your pages and posts. So let us activate that. And after the activation, let's scroll down. Let us activate the following. Enable preload caching. The home page will be preloaded once you enable this feature, and then automatically whenever an action triggers your cache to be cleared. So I will enable that. Let's scroll down. Clear cache on interval. I will enable clear cache on interval. This is to cache cleanup will occur following the page or post updates at the interval you set. So they recommend that this interval, the setting should not be less than 24 hours. Since my site is still new, I will keep that for 30 days for time being, and later on if required I will change that. Let's click down. Next, purge varnish caching. Well, varnish caching increases response to HTTP request and reduces server load. So we will enable this one as well. Next we have purge of cache. This is important because it will clear your caches when you click on the button in the admin bar. Then logged in users. Well, this is for logging purpose. Users can reduce load on your server but can cause strange behavior with some themes and plugins. So I will not touch that. I will keep it as it is. Then next we have cache URL queries. This particular thing I will not enable. I don't want to play too much with my site. Let's not do too much of hanky-panky. So leave that as it is. Where 404 cache request, this is something important. Even though 404s are bad and you want to avoid them, which we normally try to avoid them, I rather go to enable this option as well, because it will avoid additional load on your server. So let's enable that. Clear full cache when post page is updated. Well, this is another important optimization. Let's enable that as well. Next, I will enable debug log. Now as we go down, you can see the server compressed version of cache file. This has been already enabled, so there is nothing we can do about. You can see down cache on mobile devices already enabled, and then clear cache on comment post has been already enabled. that was auto-generated. Catch headers. Well, by default Hummingbird won't catch headers. Enable this feature to include them. Catch headers. By default Hummingbird won't catch headers. Enable this feature to include them. Well, I will not play with that. I will leave it as it is. Well, I think we save the settings now. You can see your changes have been saved. Well, let's scroll down. You can see I have two yellow lights and nothing to worry about them. As we go ahead, these two yellow light issues will be optimized. Right, using Cloudflare, connect your account to control your setting via Hummingbird. So if you're using Cloudflare, you can do that, but I will not do anything with that at the moment. I don't want to take any risk. Well, let's scroll down, and here you can see the JavaScript and CSS media images. It's set for 1 year, and I will leave that as it is for 1 year. And let's activate the whole thing. You can see that your settings have been saved. And let's scroll down, and here you can see my media and the images has been set for 1 year. So these two problems, the yellow light problem, have been solved by itself. Then you have the gravatar catching. Let's check that. Well, they are asking you to activate that. Gravatar catching stores local copies of avatar used in comments and in your theme. Well, I will not activate that for the moment. Well, let's click on the gzip compression. Fetching data, and you can see here the green lights, the status, rather current status, and on the top you can see the compression is already running smoothly on your site. Well, we will move on to check the latest performance in GT Matrix. Before it was B grade. Let us check what are the changes we have got after the installation of Hummingbird. Give a moment. It's scanning. Give a moment, please. And you can see the results are out. Now it has turned to A grade. Let's check the earlier one. It was B and I have performance 89%. Now it is 90%. Before the structure was 90%. Now the structure is 92%. The LCP was 1.5. You can see that largest content element. Well, and before it was 1.5. So there is no change. And let us check the TBT. It was 72 minutes per second, and now it is 61 minutes per second. Well, earlier, before the installation, eliminate render blocking issues, resources I mean. Well, you can check before the render blocking resources was yellow, and after it has turned to green. So there is improvement in there. You can see the speed. It is loading at 1.6 seconds after, and before it was 2.7 seconds. Now let us check in the page speed inside. Before, you can see it on mobile it was 51 and desktop 91. So let us check now after the installation of Hummingbird. Let's analyze that. Give a moment. Well, you can see the speed on mobile it's 53, and before it was 51, and on desktop before it was 91, and after it has gone to 92. Before, let's check the lab data. Well, here you have the data in front of you, that is before, and after, well, there is hardly any difference at all. Let's check the reduce initial server response time, 0.7, and well, that error has gone. So that error has been solved. Well, we can check the render blocking resources. Before, render blocking resources was 0.52 seconds, and after it has reduced by 1 second. Remove unused CSS, that is after 0.14 seconds. Let's check before. So this is which I did not have before. So this error has been created for me after the installation of Hummingbird. So let's check my site if there is any issue with it after the installation. Let me refresh that. Well, you can see the site is running fine. Now coming to Hummingbird. Now if your site is gone through any issue after the installation of Hummingbird, you have the reset to default, and then you can also deactivate the plugin. So in case if your site has gone into some kind of a problem, you can either use these two methods to get back your site to its original position without any issues. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. Well, here are some of my points regarding Hummingbird plugin. This plugin does not eliminate render blocking issues totally. Everything depends on the types of themes you have installed. Other thing I have observed is the desktop speed increases a bit here and there, but on the mobile the speed reduces a bit. So well, these are the two things which I wanted to pass on to you. I hope this video is useful to you, and thank you for watching my video. Until I come back with another video, you take care and see you next time. Bye bye.